Before this half hour is over, one of these men, this attorney at law, or this doctor of psychiatry, will try to win for the woman he loves a gorgeous Cezanne mink coat. From the famed Tavern on the Green in New York Central Park, Walt Kramer presents television's most exciting music, variety, and fashion contest, The Big Payoff. And now, to play the game for fashions and fun, meet our Maharaja of Mink, Bob Page, and our lovely lady in Mink, Denise Lord.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a lovely spot here, the Tavern on the Green, isn't it?
It's absolutely gorgeous here, and in the park. You notice all the little squirrels around here?
It's pretty squirrely, all right.
Yeah.
You know, I think they got a crush on your mink coat.
They do.
Including me, I got a crush on your mink coat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll show you what I mean. Come here.
It's called crushing a mink coat. And we'll be right back after this message from your local station.
I like it.
They seem true to life to you. How about you, Arthur? Do they?
I'll say this, that the fellow on television, a big chubby fellow, he's always there before the cops get there, and it's disconcerting. Never happens.
We won't say exactly who it is, but a big chubby fellow. You have never been there before the cops arrive?
I don't expect to.
That's the one thing that bothers you. Amazing.
Well, one of many.
Well, it's amazing how popular it is, though, isn't it?
It is. He never loses either.
It's tribute to his performance, believe me. Joyce, well, first of all, let me ask the doctor here. How do you feel about the way they portray doctors?
Well, psychiatrists in particular, I always find that they present us as Olympian people who drop pearls of wisdom from the sky and so forth. They never pick up the fact that we're really basically human beings, that we're people like everybody else, and I'm usually surprised to discover that psychiatrists are people.
They're probably trying to read something else into what you're saying, aren't they?
Usually.
Joyce, you have a very unusual occupation. I understand you're a stunt woman. What are some of the stunts that you've performed?
Oh, simple things like getting pushed down a flight of stairs.
Well, that's very simple, yes.
Falling out of a window, thrown from a chair. The main thing is falling gracefully and relaxing and enjoying it.
I suppose it would require falling gracefully. I've never seen anybody fall gracefully, including myself.
That's very important.
You really learned how to do it, haven't you?
Yes, I did.
Arlene, I imagine being the wife of an attorney, you're frequently besieged by people trying to get free advice through you, aren't
Yes,
you?
very often.
What do they say? How do you handle them?
Well, very often I listen to their story, and I say I'll certainly talk to my husband, and Arthur very often does help them.
He's that kind of a guy, huh?
Certainly is.
Well, we can get a lot of help today. We have a psychiatrist who can help us all mentally. We've got a lawyer who can get us out of trouble if he doesn't help us mentally. And you'll be in a lot of trouble if you don't win mink coats for your wives today. Joanne, would you bring in the cards, please? Do you understand that you win duplicate prize win for their lovely ladies here today? So let's have a look at all the lovelies and the beautiful fashions now in Fashionette number 1.
The lady is Pat, and she, with solemn majesty, is surveying the wonderful outdoor setting of the Tavern on the Green. She's finding the country club expansiveness of the tavern much to her liking, and from our perch, she is a sight equally calculated to delight. Her white wool and mohair shrug cardigan sweater by Rosanna allowed her an early start, but now she's ready to bask in the gay park light in a multicolored striped silk and cotton shift dress from Barnesville, USA. And feeling free and breezy, she can unloosen the corded tie belt for a shift to a casual effect. A beautiful day, and the shift's outdoors, to the rooftops, if you please. Marjorie, sitting pretty in a smart navy blue cardigan sweater by Rosanna. The 100% Shetland wool cardigan has a crew neckline and is adorned with crocheted buttons. Little Anne likes to get the full stretch out of her MC Schrank sleepwear. And for doing so, she finds these solid gold colored trousers most agreeable. But the real subject of conversation is the charming print of French love sonnets, which comprise the sweet essence of sleep. In beige with print colorings of brown, black, rust, and gold. And note the smart wing collar. But Gail may have found the best way for expressing her exuberance with the splendor of the environs. She's donned an elegant Debshire green textured wool coat dress in the princess line, softly touched it off at the neckline with Marvella jewelry, wrapped her delicate hands in lovely wear-right gloves, and with her feminine companion Blaze has joined the scenery. New York Board of Architects and Statue Makers, take note. The lady in green belongs in the Central Park scene.
Thank you. The motor noise in the background was a road grader going down the bridle path during that fashionette. And that lovely dog, Blaze, is owned by Mr. and Mrs. Marvin Dworkin and their daughter, Rochelle. We knew you recognized Gail. We weren't sure you'd recognize the dog. All right, it's guesstimation time for round one. The first point toward the big payoff. You can win for your lady lovely dresses, sweaters, sleepwear, gloves, and jewelry, and duplicate fashions for your payoff partner at home. But have some fun now with these questions and learn some things that are absolutely unimportant. You ready? Okay. Guesstimate, please. What is the longest recorded mustache in history? Go. First one up. Longest. Thank you, Doctor. Hand it over, please. Thank you. Now, if I can, what does that say, Doctor?
7.
That's a 7?
Upside, you've got it upside down.
I got it upside 7 feet, huh? And what have you said here, Arthur? You wrote that.
I wrote a name, I'm sorry.
You wrote a name instead of writing the length of... oh, by George, I'm sorry about that. Mort, under those circumstances, I guess we'll just have to give this first spot then to Dr. Sykes, okay?
Bob?
All right, yeah?
It might be interesting to know some information about that question. The longest mustache on record was raised by a native of Bombay, India. It took 9 years to grow and cost an average of $40 a year to maintain. And it had a span of 76 inches. That's some mustache.
That is really some mustache. All right, now listen carefully on this one, Arthur. Get set to go. How tall was the shortest dwarf on record? Go. The shortest dwarf. How tall was it? Thank you. Arthur's in first, and Dr. Sykes second. Arthur says he was 2 feet tall. Dr. Sykes says 3 feet 6 inches. What's the answer, Morton? Who's the winner?
According to our records, the best documented dwarf was Jeffrey Hudson. He was the smallest. He reached a height of 18 inches at the age of 30 when officially recorded. Later in life, his growth resumed, and when he died at the age of 63, he had grown all the way to 3 feet 9 inches. Anyhow, the answer is 18, and with an answer of 2 feet. Mr. Gruder is the winner.
That's it. Okay, we're even now. Let's go again. The greatest reducing feat recorded is that achieved by a Mrs. Celeste Geyer. Her diet lasted 14 months, and when she began it, she weighed 555 pounds. Now, guesstimate the number of pounds that Mrs. Geyer lost in 14-month period. How much did she lose? Whoop, I'm just about not sure who turned in first then. It was on this side. Arthur Gruber was first. Okay. He said she lost 360 pounds. Dr. Sykes says, what is that?
250.
250 pounds. So, what's the correct answer, Morton? Who's the winner?
Well, Mrs. Celeste Geyer, alias Dolly Dimple, was an American circus fat lady. In 14 months, she went from 555 pounds to a very huggable 120. And in 14 months, then, she lost 435 pounds. So, with an answer of 250, Dr. Sykes is the winner.
Very good. Okay, that means, Doctor, I should think it would be the other way, Mort, isn't it? Yes.
With the noises here in Central Park at the Tavern on the Green, Bob, it's a little difficult to hear at times.
I think Arthur Gruber's winner. Am I right, gentlemen?
All right.
Okay, well, that means then that you've got 1 point and the first fashionette. Let's put the point up here. Denise, how about bringing in some lovely gifts? Ho-ho!
Here we are.
This girl's going to have a pair of arms on her like a wrestler from carrying all those things around. Okay, you've won the first fashionette. There's another one coming up, and that has 2 points to it, Doctor. Remember that. And you still, each of you, have a great chance to try for the mink coat on the big payoff. And we'll be right back just after this message from your local station. There's so much sunlight here in New York today that I decided to wear my Southern California glasses. Of course, that's not just a plug for California, it's also a plug for New York. And let's plug along now and see what we have in fashionette number 2.
Time and the sun. Time in the sun. A run in the sun. A place in the sun. For a ride in the sun, Columbia offers the winner of this fashionette the exciting Thunderbolt Deluxe bike. With its high-styled equipment and all the extra quality and safety features, for which Columbia is famous. And Marjorie offers you, Mrs. Gruder or Miss Jones, this wonderful addition for morning excursions, a Cadro green corduroy car coat with knitted collar. And for a pleasant time all the time, the interior is lined with a quilted flower print. Like the bike, it too contains all the extra quality for which a manufacturer is justly proud. Bike by Columbia, car coat by Cadro, for your time in the sun. The sun shines on, and we react. The day recedes to a round of destinations. An unusual medieval print decorates this cotton country and casual dress by the cottager for the junior petite figure, and reminds us the time of day has its appropriate costume. Note the wide border design on the full skirt, the hemp belt at the waistline, the cardigan neckline and short cuff sleeves. The afternoon is a time for conviviality and the light sprinkle of Marvella jewelry. And so she completes her fashion statement with a tan velveteen pointed pixie cap by Betmar. The sun is stationary, and we who are the animate must bring on the changes. Joanne, wearing formal gloves by Wearite, will not let the sun set. Not tonight. In her junior-themed cocktail dress, she radiates in the luster of beige and gold metallic matelassé sheath cocktail dress. And there's further vitality and delicacy in the bow and flying panels in the back. No, time will not pass Joanne by, though nature herself may sing another song.
You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say, I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs, never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. That nobody can deny. It's still the same old story. A fight for love and glory. A case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
Very nice. All right, gentlemen, for round two, let's go from the ridiculous to the sublime. Remember, the winner of this round will take an important step toward the big payoff question and a chance at the gorgeous Suzanne Mink coat. The winner of the round will get 2 points, also win the gorgeous dresses, coat, hat, gloves, and jewelry, and duplicate fashions for his payoff partner. One of the largest and best-known diamonds in the world is the Hope Diamond. How many carats does this beautiful stone weigh? 15 seconds go. Have you finished? Whenever you have. Thank you. First one is from Arthur. Second one here is from Dr. Sykes. Arthur Gruder says 240 carats. Dr. Wilbur Sykes says 22 carats. What's the answer, and who's the winner, Mort?
The Hope Diamond, which now rests in the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C., was discovered in the 17th century, and it weighs 44.4 carats. That means with 22 carats, Dr. Sykes is the winner.
Dr. Sykes. Well, here's a start. Very good. Keep on going, gentlemen. We know the weight of the largest diamond. Now, guesstimate the weight in carats of the largest ruby ever found. Go. First one is from the doctor. Thank you. Thank you, Arthur. Dr. Sykes says the largest ruby ever found is 17 carats. Arthur Gruder says 13 carats. Mort, what's the answer and who is the winner?
The largest ruby known came out of Burma and weighed in at the enormous size of 1,184 carats. That's some ruby. So, with an answer of 17, Dr. Sykes is the winner.
Dr. Sykes, that's 2 in a row. That means 2 have won the second fashionette. And we'll just put up another... Oh, you having trouble? You're running out of cord, huh? And I don't mean cord to wrap, I mean mic cord. Thank you, darling. Okay, you've got 2 points. You're 1 point ahead. The next question after this is worth 3, remember. You can still win. We'll be right back after this message from your local station. And now it's time to announce our payoff partners at home. And for the Grooters over here, it is Colleen Michaels of Phoenix, Arizona. We'll have duplicated for you everything that they've won. And for Dr. Sykes and his fiancée, here on my left, it is Mrs. Bertha Gardner of Huntington, West Virginia. You, too, of course, have duplicate badges. Okay, now, Mort, we're ready for fashionette number 3. And, of course, Mort is our all-around answer man. And we'd like to find out what lovely gifts go to the lucky winner in fashionette number 3.
Thank you, David. Bob. And isn't it a lovely day? And now to the fashion news. First off, there's the chic petite hairdryer for either Mrs. Gruder or Miss Jones. It's prepared to dry the hair quickly and quietly. As you can see, it's portable for easy convenience and travel. Thank you, Anne. You can travel. Now, Joanne has chosen to display a timelessly luxurious headpiece in red stitch velvet, reminding one of a bishop's mitre. It's by Betmar. Her dress in beige. 2-piece of 16-ounce double knit wool, ribbed collar with loop tie from K. Windsor. Complementing her color scheme, red kid shoes with stacked heels from Sandler Shoes. Joanne, you might say, gives the heel to time. Well, camellias for Pat. And let's see close up what you have to offer our lucky contestants, Pat. From Junior Theme, it's a white crepe cocktail shift, softly ties here at the waistline. And coming on strong and all over diamond pattern of glittering sequin. Smart to her last fashion item, Pat is wearing pearl and rhinestone jewelry by Marvella. Now, let's go over to the lemon tree, where Gail makes her own delightful concoction, while expressing her appreciation in exquisite wear-right gloves. Her offering an orange and gold metallic brocade sheath cocktail dress by Hayat Juniors. Now, take note of the camisole bodice, the bateau neckline of the sleeveless sheath. And, Gail, I'd like to say that you make a lovely prize offering. Won't you join us over here, Pat, Ann, Joanne, and Gail, for a final showing? And here you are, ladies and gentlemen, a host of wonderful prizes. Our gift to you for an added dimension of beauty and joy. Take it away, David. Bob.
Thank you, Melvin Lawrence. All right, now for round 3, we're only going to ask one question this time instead of 2 out of 3. This one will determine who gets a chance at the mink coat. So listen carefully. We're going to do some guesstimating about royalty for this round. And bear in mind, the winner of this round will have 3 points and will naturally go for the big payoff, in addition to winning the gorgeous dresses, shoes, hat, gloves, and jewelry for his lady, and duplicate fashions for the payoff partner there at home. Listen carefully, 15 seconds. The longest reign of any monarch is that of Pharaoh Pepi the 11th. It's an odd name, but that's it. Guesstimate now, how long in years did he reign? 15 seconds go. Arthur's up with his answer first. Dr. Sykes second. Arthur Gruder says he reigned for 57 years. Dr. Sykes says 62 years. What's the answer, Mort, and who is the winner?
Pepi, who was the second, that was Pepi II, descended the throne in 2566 B.C. at the tender age of 6 years. And he ruled Egypt until he was 97.
Wow.
That's a long ruler. And it means the answer is 91. So, with the answer of 62, Dr. Sykes is the winner.
Dr. Sykes. That means you get 3 points and fashionette number 3, and that means also you're going to get a chance to try for that beautiful Suzanne mink coat. And what else do we have here?
We have a very nice...
We have another gift for the Gruders, a portable electric greenhouse, believe it or not, plus an assortment of black magic food, the finest name in house plant care. Portable greenhouse, isn't that nice? Besides, now we want to tell you that any lady can win a Suzanne mink coat and the big payoff any day, and any lady can be a payoff partner at home. Mort, would you tell us what our payoff partner can win today?
The Magic Chef, 36-inch Gold Star award-winning gas range featuring clock-controlled oven, automatic rotisserie, and giant griddle. Magic Chef, the range with quality heritage. And the Nautilus No-Duct hood with built-in activated charcoal and aluminum filters. Ends the problem of kitchen odors, smoke, and grease. And a pair of Nautilus portable air purifiers. Or, for your home enjoyment, a Wurlitzer piano in rich mahogany. Carefully detailed, handsomely styled. For the finest in tone, performance, and beauty, it's a Wurlitzer. Remember, whichever prize you receive, it pays to be a payoff partner.
Thank you, Mort. Now, Denise, would you tell them how they can be payoff partners?
Yes. Just send a card in to the Big Payoff, Post Office Box 14, Radio City Station, New York 19, New York.
Very good. If you ladies at home plan to be in the New York area with the man of your life, you'd like to be a contestant on the Big Payoff, just drop us a note. Tell us a little about yourself and send it to the Big Payoff, Post Office Box 14, New York 19, and write Contestant on the envelope. And we'll be right back with a chance for Dr. Sykes and his fiancée to try for the beautiful Suzanne Mink coat just after this message from your local station. It's Dr. Sykes and his fiancée, Joyce Jones, have won the chance to try, thank you, Marjorie, for the Big Payoff and the Suzanne Mink coat. Doctor, you only have 10 seconds. I can ask the question once. I cannot repeat it. Must accept your first answer as final. Here we go. Give us the year. Now, for your payoff partner, of course, goes a Magic Chef range and Nautilus No-Duct hood, as well as you're getting the Mink coat. Here it is. Give us the year. Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home, came out, and the United States Army changed from blue to olive drab. Alan A. Dale won the Kentucky Derby, and the book The Virginian was published. President Theodore Roosevelt narrowly escaped injury in a collision with a trolley car, and the Permanent Bureau of the Census was established. In what year did these events take place?
I'm going to guess, and I think it was 1920.
Doctor, I'm sorry, it was 1902, but I know Joyce is mad about you for all those lovely fashions you've won, and we're so delighted to have had you both on the show. We have another gift for you, the whole family, the 20-volume World Book Encyclopedia designed to educate both children and adults, furnished by Field Enterprises Corporation. Thank you so much for being with us. This is Bob Page.
And Denise Lohr.
Saying we'll see you tomorrow on
The Big Payoff.
Floral art by American Fern Company, Elizabeth, New Jersey.